The scandal is broken out, the scandal about the Son of God, the God-man who dies for sinners undeserving. The scandal is broken out to all the world, to all the peoples and all the languages about the Son of God who hangs on the cross, the King who does not come to rule as all other kings have. It's the scandal of a king and a God who dies for the people. It's a shepherd who leads by example. It's a gospel that shakes every part of religion that's out there. Breaking forth in the streets and in the high buildings and high societies. It's reaching the poor and the rich, the tall and the short, the black and the white and the green if they exist. It's reaching everyone. It's calling, come to the feast. Come, come one, come all. It's an invitation that all who would believe, let him come. If you thirst and you hunger, let him come. It's the gospel that's shaking every part of society and every understanding that we thought we had. It's the gospel that goes beyond what we think we can earn. It's the gospel of what God has done, not what any human being can do. The blanket has been given, the garment comes from above. It's the righteousness that's without us and outside of us, external to every inch of every human being. There's nothing that each could have done.
Masih Nabi nama Saba Sisi Landulele Samke Lengo Weta Aba Ume Molo Wele.
So many excuses and reasons to reject such an invitation. My mom, my family, my culture, my everything, my degree, my education, everything lies on this. Will you accept and be born again and leave everything and deny yourself and take up this horrible cross? It's a gospel that reaches out and makes each and everyone who shall come to deny everything they know. But there are so many excuses, our gods and our cultures. There are so many excuses, our intellect and everything that's about us is against such a scandal. Oh, let us cast away all excuses and all gods. Let us put away the sin that so easily entangles us and come to such an invitation. See the tears fall as the dust is being poured down to societies that reject such a God who loves and loves unconditionally those who shall believe. See the societies stand and government stands and reject such a king who came to conquer hearts of men. When it passes, what will you do? It's a gospel that's not gonna last for eternity. It's a gospel that's inviting you now. Don't you care that the doors are being closed as we speak? There are people who die in mortuaries and hospitals as we speak. They go without this Christ and this gospel. Don't you care? This gospel was not in vain. This exchange was not fair. It was a brutal trade of the holy for the unholy, of Christ for the Barnabas. Don't you care that people die in each and every day to face the wrath of God? Don't you care that the doors close in on every life when it loses its last breath? We sit here, we've heard the news, but the doors are closing in. Don't you care that doors are closing in taverns and ship inns? Don't you care that people are being prosecuted? The doors are closing in. And we sit here, we admire this selfless Christ and go live indulgent lives. Don't you care? But one person cared to leave everything, to come to be brutalized by the creatures he created. But don't you care?
Bazo